Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another CSGO Major Pick'em Challenge video. It feels like just yesterday I was doing this for a brand new major. This of course being another brand new major, the Katowice Challenger stage. I hope you guys all enjoy. I'm going to piss off some of you guys today because I'm going to choose some teams you guys probably didn't. But first of all, I do want to preface with the brand new viewer pass, we only need 5 picks correct in this Challenger stage to get that point towards your viewer pass and eventually your gold or diamond trophy. So one thing I do want to say, do not take too many risks on these pick'ems to try and impress people with your points on your pick'em challenges. That's out the window. There's no more prestige around that part of it. Play it safe, guys. Play it for 5 picks is what my suggestion would be to do. Don't necessarily follow my picks unless you trust my short explanations behind these teams out there. But first of all, of course, let's break down my picks, guys. And I think what usually makes people the most angry is your 0-3 or your 3-0 picks, because it either really insults a team or it really brings the team up and it really makes people believe that you think they're the best team there. So first of which, I think the most controversial is always your 0-3 pick, and I think this time around, especially with the weakness of the CIS and Asian minors, I had to kind of struggle between many teams out there. Renegades even crossed my mind. I think a majority of us would agree the 2 statistically weakest teams there would of course be Vici alongside Greyhound. Myself personally, if I was trying to go for 100% correctness, I probably would choose Greyhound from what we saw in their struggles in their best of ones, but I just like the team so much I couldn't choose them and I couldn't choose Vici either. So I chose a pick to actually make a few of you guys angry. Maybe it makes a few of you guys happy. I chose G2, a team who just earlier this week actually lost to 3D Max. They still have 2 brand new players on that roster and they hate the AUG, which in this meta currently is not going too well for them. I'm going to pick G2 to be a bit of a surprise 0-3 pick. I think some people out there even chose them for a 3-0 pick. When it comes to this, I really do agree though. Play your safe picks. If you think a team is very good, put them in the bottom row. Do not put a team you have as a favorite in either 3-0 or of course not the 0-3. If you guys want to play it safe and you have a favorite team out there, put them in your bottom section to go through, not to advance either 3-0 or 0-3. And that's why for G2 I was kind of leaning towards 3-0, but in my mind I couldn't see that even being a possibility. So this time around, guys, G2 is my 0-3 team. Now to also explain that, of course, I'm going to go with my staple teams out there, especially in best of ones or team rankings, to be my guaranteed points. And I think 4 of my 5 easy picks here will be NIP, Fnatic, Cloud9, NRG. I'll put them as my first 4 teams down there. Cloud9 is probably of course, Cloud9 is now a top 10 team in the world. Debatable for some of us out there. They have proven time and time again they are one of the best of one teams, one map teams out there. I think Cloud9 have a very solid chance to go through, although you could argue, right? People see inconsistencies there and people maybe do not fully trust that roster still. I trust them, especially after IBA Power Masters and what they've proven before in best of ones. That's why I chose them. NIP, a bit of a question mark. I'm going to go for nostalgia there. Fnatic and NRG, though, I think definitely consistent teams and definitely ending 2018 on high notes. It was actually Fnatic, of course, at PLG. NRG just doing what they do. They're a consistent team. They look very dominant at the minor, and that's why those are my 4 very safe picks at the very start. And these next 3 are definitely questionable, okay? I would love to see your guys' comments down below who you choose. This is definitely probably where we're going to defer a lot on these picks. As you guys see, ENCE, alongside them Vitality, and a Vanguard to wrap it up. Like I said previously, the CAS and Asian minors really kind of did not impress me too much. That's why Renegades is not there. Vegas Squadron, we see them once a year at the major. Vegas Squadron could easily be a sleeper pick, but that's why Vici's not down there. Greyhound as well, and that is why I had to choose Vitality as a team I think certainly impressed me. A team I think will go through, but I think might struggle against a few teams out there. We saw them lose a couple best of ones in series as well. So I think Vitality will go through. I just don't trust them enough to be a 3-0 team. And a Vanguard was by far and away the strongest CIS team. That's why you don't see Winstrike down there. Winstrike lost to XCOM like yesterday. I just don't believe in the boys. I love Boomich, okay? But when it comes to getting my coin upgraded, I'm going to choose the picks I feel most solidified in. And of course, ENCE had a very good 2018 for the roster. And I think also a fan favorite of my own as well as you guys. And that's why it's going to be my 7 picks, guys. Those first 4 picks are for consistent, high-ranking teams, really good best-of-one teams. These next 3 being Vitality, a Vanguard, and ENCE, I think still pretty solid teams. The one sleeper team I regret not choosing maybe would be a Vegas Squadron. We just don't know what to expect from them ever. They had a very good 2018, right? I think it was actually Star Ladder Season 6. They placed second to ENCE, so definitely still a consistent roster out there. Not a consistent roster, but a roster who can show up when the time comes. I would not blame you guys if you chose them. But then very lastly, my controversial pick. That is Furia possibly going 3-0. Now, I do believe Furia will go through, a team I'm very hyped up on. If there's any team here that I'm cheering for the most, it's probably Furia up there in the counts, a team who very much impressed me throughout the minor qualifiers and the minor itself, and a team I think could definitely knock a Vanguard off the list and be easily placed down there. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't put them in the guaranteed spots down below, but I do think a team who gets off to a strong start in best of ones, Furia, definitely making use of the new AUG meta so far. A team I think certainly have a chance to go 3-0. Do they have the best chance? Well, no, it's best of ones most of the way through here, guys. But remember, rounds 3, 4, and 5, potentially 3 if you win your first 2 best of ones, are all best of 3s. So that's why it kind of brought into a little bit of effect. I would not blame you guys if you choose a more solidified roster, right? NRG, Fnatic being the 3-0 teams. I've seen many people choose different teams out there, but again, I would not put an absolute favorite team in the 3-0 slot, because if they don't go 3-0, you don't get those points. If you put a team to go through in that bottom row and they go 3-0, they still go through and you still get your point. Does that make sense? Let me reiterate that. Let's say I'm a Fnatic fanboy, right? I think a very, very strong roster, pretty much guaranteed to go through, but I'm like, you know what? I really like this team. I'll choose them to go 3-0. Oh, Fnatic goes 3-1. You don't get those points. But if you would have put them in the guaranteed section through, let's say you say Fnatic is going to go through, they go 3-0, still, you still get the point that they went through. So keep that in mind, guys, for your picks. Choose your most consistent picks, your teams you're highest on in the bottom row. Don't choose them for 3-0 would be my recommendation. But of course, I can just see it now. Fnatic's going to go 3-0, and all of you guys are going to hate me. But when you put them in the bottom row, you get the points anyway. So there you have it, guys. Our Challenger pick'ems are now complete. I really do believe choose your most consistent teams. And again, I think this should be pretty easy until playoffs time comes around. We only need 5 picks correct. Let's cross our fingers that things go somewhat to plan. I honestly do believe this time around the minor teams are pretty weak compared to the current Challenger stage teams, and especially out of CIS, especially out of Asia. I think North American teams, we can borderline trust them right now in Furia and NRG, and of course Europe, I think, takes up a majority of our spots that would join us in our next stage at the Legend stage as well. So there you have it, guys. G2 0-3, Furia 3-0. We have our solid picks: NIP, Cloud9, NRG, Fnatic, and then our 3 remaining picks I think I'm still pretty strong on, right? That being ENCE, Vitality, and a Vanguard. But as always, I hope you guys all enjoy. Feel free to comment down below your picks, and let's just cross our fingers and hope that we all get this first stage out of the way, get those jitters out, and hope to see you guys back here next week as well, and the week after, as we continue our pick'em stage. Guys, we are just 1 week away from the major beginning, and I could not be more excited. As always, my name is Jake. I'll see you back here tomorrow with another 2 CSGO videos. Caffeine.